Would you allow the truth detector in your house? And would it stir up trouble if it was in your house?
I'm from a big family, so my nuclear family, no, definitely not. Because I'm one of 12 children. Awesome.
Congratulations. Who in your life?
Me from a meme that
But it's like my jaw dropped. I am super happy because this is a special episode and I have been trying to get this gentleman on camera since last year. And I'm so honored that he is here with me, William Reliford. And he is here selected for Houston Comedy Film Festival again, award-winning filmmaker for Truth Detector, Family Therapy.
Awesome.
Congratulations.
Well, thanks for having me on.
Yes, I wanted to ask you, what inspired you to create this and who in your life, what drama happened for this to happen?
Well, actually, they say that good stories come from personal experiences, but
Yes.
actually, this is not this is not a personal experience. I'm actually, this idea came to me from a meme that I saw on Facebook, actually. So I thought to myself, this would be a great short animation. And so over a period of time, I gave it some more thought and I thought, okay, well, fine. And then I wrote out a treatment of this short animation. The first one is which is simply just called Truth Detector.
Yes.
And it was well received at the film festivals, many film festivals, and it was awarded best animation and a few other things. And the audience wanted more. So people wrote me and asked, and there was people ask if they could be in the next one. And I had no intention of doing another one, but you have to get the audience what they want. So
That's so exciting.
it was. So I came up with another idea. The second film, which is Truth Detector Regifted. So it takes place 6 months after the first film. And it's Christmas, and we're visiting Grandpa in some remote area in Iowa farm, and chaos continued. So after that one, that ran for that ran through the film festival last year, and people still wanted more. So I didn't intend to do another one. I had another film in mind. So I did this last one, which is Family Therapy, that sort of wraps up many of the questions that audience had about this family. And I thought that a therapy session would be a great way to out the many answers to many of the questions that people had.
Yes, I will definitely say you created it where not only were we entertained, but we were hooked because I kid you not, like the very first. So you know what? I lied. It's not 2 years, 3 years. I'm so excited to speak to you. 3 years. So I have watched your project. So I'm going to say this on camera. Everybody that's listening, I have watched his project. So for 3 years, not only are you entertained, but it's like my jaw dropped the first one. My jaw, it was like what? And you know what? I just realized we began this interview. I don't want to give anything away now. The synopsis of what you put for what it's about. After the chaos of the last few weeks, the entire family goes to therapy, but bringing the truth detector along wasn't the best idea. We don't want to give it away.
Right. Imagine an entire family who are in a therapy session, and this device is letting everybody knows who's telling the truth or who's being truthful or not about whatever they're saying.
You executed so well. Did you come across any obstacles in the creation of this?
Always. Doing any film is a challenge in of itself. With this specific film, the previous films, I had the actors do the voice remotely, so we weren't in the same room at the same time. But this last one, Family Therapy, all the actors were in one room together, and that made the film much easier in a way, but a little bit more complex as well, because you're dealing with people's schedules and try to get people's schedules and all at one time.
Yeah.
But the real challenge, the real challenge is always time, because you never have enough time to get things done. And I did all the animation myself and everything other than the acting myself.
I love
So I think I had like 8 weeks to get it all, pull it all together apart. So, well, yeah, I had to build sets as well, then rig the characters, edit the voice. Since it's an animation, there's tons of details that go into making these animations. That is of itself a challenge.
what advice would you have for them?
My best advice is one advice that someone shared with me a long, long time ago is just to take the entire project or process and break it down to small edible pieces, small pieces, and then just do that. Don't worry about the end. Just do what's in front of you and just continue stepping forward and you'll eventually get there. Don't worry about the end and just do the next several tasks that's in front of you. So small pieces next. And of course, there's a plan,
Yeah.
execution, and just execute your plan. So that's the
Mhm.
best advice. And that advice would be relevant to just about anything in life, actually. Just anything any challenge that you may run into, just break it down into small pieces. If it's a huge problem, break it down to smaller problems and then just solve those small problems. And eventually you'll get to where you need to be.
Exactly. So that way you don't feel so overwhelmed and you're like, oh no, I can't do it. And you won't even get started.
Right.
I wanted to ask you a question. So this is a fun question. And
Sure.
would you allow the truth detector in your house? And would it stir up trouble if it was in your house?
Well, I'm from a I'm from a big family. So my nuclear family, no, definitely not. Because I'm one of 12 children.
Oh,
My mom and dad from the South, and they love, and it's like common to have a huge family. So actually, my family is actually 12. Was actually one of the smaller of the family sets that I had tons of nieces and tons of cousins, and so. But having a large family with no, no, I wouldn't not have it in my house. No, not a good idea.
I
Way too many
understand. 'Cause
things go.
when it comes down to our nuclear families and we can
No,
control it, the external, we can't control the crazy.
no,
So
we can't control that, right?
and I definitely want to ask you because it's kind of bittersweet. I'm not going to lie. It is bittersweet because
Sure.
you said this is the finale and I was like, wait, what? So what is next for you?
Well, the film that I wanted to do after I finished the first Truth Detector is a short animation called Willie the Squirrel, and it's about a this one's more based on real life experience because my wife loves her bird feeders, and she has them on the back porch or on the deck, and they're all decorated. But there was this squirrel that kept menacing, trying to get the nuts and the bird seed, and those two were having it out all summer. And the squirrel Willie, because we'll call him Willie, was winning the war of who gets the seed because she would like chase the squirrel or do all kinds of things to try to get the squirrel from getting to the bird seed. But Willie was winning. He won. So
And I'm assuming this is another animation.
yes, another animation about this woman who, again, she loves her bird seeds and all kinds of nice things that she put out for the birds. But the squirrel wants it as well, and also trying to put up obstacles. There's bird resistant feeders, but the squirrels are really, really smart and they will get to the
Yes.
seed. And those two were fighting all summer. My wife and the squirrel was fighting all summer about this bird seed stuff. And I thought to myself, this would be a great movie or a short animation.
Yes.
These two
I'm
going at it.
I'm over here thinking about like a Disney movie or something when it comes down to the work that you create because you're very talented. What is the legacy that you want to like what is your legacy? What do you want to do with this animation?
What do I want to do with this animation?
The legacy that you want to make.
Well, that's a good question. That's a hard question because there's several other films that I want to do. Wow, that's a hard question. Uh, well, I would say to answer for myself would be that I want people to be able to express themselves. And for me, the best way to express, I'm a visual person, so I want to show and not just simply tell. So what I wanted to leave is stories that makes a difference for people, move, touch, and inspire, have them walk out and say, that was interesting. Maybe I can do something like that, or maybe I could do this, something or project that they off for a very long time, and but they held off because they didn't think that it was possible. And given that animation takes a lot of time, effort, and lots of stuff that goes into the mix of doing an animation, and
Right.
me, just one person pulled it off, I think that is something that will give people the idea that maybe it's possible for that person to do whatever project that they've been putting off, but had the thought that it wasn't possible.
Exactly.
So I just want to give people the thought that, yep, you could do it too, especially today. We have
Yeah.
plenty of access today.
You're definitely doing that. You're an inspiration. Are there any like in the marketplace? In the marketplace, where do you see this fitting within the marketplace as far as like other relatable shows or animations?
It occurred to me that even though this is the last one that I intend to do, there are
Yeah.
many more stories that could be told in this particular area about the Truth Detector and the family, or even how this thing got started in the first place. It's
Yes.
just the family was just happened. This family just happened on this device. But it did occur to me that in passing, though, that this could be a series, because can you imagine there are many more stories that could be told regarding this device, regarding this family. So
I can easily see this as a series.
me
Easily.
too, because even though the family therapy answered many of the questions that audience had before, it did not answer all of them.
It still
And
makes me want more. Like, I'm not gonna lie
yeah,
to you. It still
exactly.
makes
Well,
me
you want to
want
leave you want
more.
to leave the audience with wanting more. So if they wanted more, then we'll see. But I have read these other stories I want to tell too. However, if the audience want more, then we can make more.
So, okay, I hate to interrupt you, but you just
Sure.
said something so important. You said if the audience wants more, because I just realized as I asked you this question and I thought about it, you consistently make me want to see it again. Is there a secret to success for that? A formula?
Tell good stories. It's all about story. Tell good stories. This one story just happened to be funny, but it could be there's a huge range of stories that could be had with this particular series, Truth Detector. But the bottom line is, we all want to have a good story, a good
Yeah.
laugh, a good cry, everything in between. So yeah,
Yes.
tell good stories.
And William, I want to ask you, what is the best way for anyone that wants to partner and work with you? What's the best way they can connect with you?
Through email. That is the best way, because many of the people that I work with, I don't actually meet in person. Like, we have not met in person, but we're meeting now.
Right.
So and since there's the ability to connect with anybody in the world at any time, so yes, the best way is to just reach out. I think I'm fairly easy to get a hold of. If someone just Google my name, and there's my information, IMDb, LinkedIn, Facebook. Reach out. I'm always interested in great conversations.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Mr. William, and congratulations again.
Thank